It seems like this sort of the power of influencers in their own right sort of trumps, excuse the expression, perhaps what had been the traditional media mix coming out of Fleet Street, coming out of the big broadcasters.
Yeah, look, when I ran the Daily Mirror, for example, in England, there was no social media. We sold 2.5 million copies a day, and we had a very powerful, influential voice. Well, I now, as a former editor of the Mirror, who left 12 years ago, I now have 5 million followers on Twitter alone, which is twice as many potential eyeballs as I had running one of the biggest newspapers in the country in Britain. So it has changed dramatically. You see with Donald Trump and his campaign for the presidency, how he's used Twitter in particular as a medium of conversation and statements and talking to the American electorate in an incredibly effective manner, far more effective than if he was even using a newspaper to do it. So I think the game has changed dramatically. It will continue to change dramatically. The empowerment of individuals to effectively control their own messages and to bypass traditional media will simply become more and more prevalent.
So what is the opportunity or the challenges for traditional media like some of the neighbors here, the Wall Street Journal, Daily Mail, others, big established names?
Well, the biggest thing to me, I think, is that I write columns for the dailymail.com in America about everything from politics to social affairs to celebrity culture. What I have discovered is that when I pump those columns through Twitter, through my 5 million followers, there's a tremendous amount of traffic that then comes from Twitter into the site. So you see an immediate synergy between an individual who has a large social media following writing a provocative column which he then debates effectively in real time on social media, driving that traffic into a site like the Daily Mail. It's a win for me and it's a win for them. And we're talking big numbers. I mean, some of the columns I've written for dailymail.com have had 2 million views, of which 35–40% sometimes can come directly from Twitter. So you can see that there's a real link there, if you get it right, on editorial between a social media platform by an individual and a major conventional newspaper publishing site like dailymail.com, which works for both of us.
So Piers, I know you're not on the business side, but of course the business has changed too, where you had the tabloid and you had your display ads and the back and the cover and a wrapper, and now advertising is different. Not everybody likes it. There's some consumer backlash with ad blocking. And in terms of publishing and having the right message or the right environment, do you have any thoughts about that?
The key thing with advertising online is transparency. As a consumer myself, as a reader voraciously of media sites, in particular newspaper websites, I get very annoyed when I feel I'm being cheated or lured into reading something that turns out to be advertorial. Be transparent, be upfront, say sponsored, say advertorial, make it very clear what this is. Then make the content of that advertorial so compelling that a fan of your site from a newspaper point of view doesn't feel that this is somehow diminishing the quality of their experience. But those are really important things. I don't want to feel conned or cheated by reading something that I am subliminally encouraged to feel is genuine editorial when it's advertorial. So be upfront and make the experience so good that people don't care.